Hello everyone, I did all my testing on the new Ceratosaurus to give you all the information that you need to know about him, so let's get right into it. So to tame the Ceratosaurus, you're actually going to need quite a lot compared to taming other things in the game. The first thing, the unique thing you're going to need is this hemoglobin cocktail. It takes the Cerato venom spines, which you get from killing them. They'll each drop one, I'm pretty sure. Let me see here. I dropped two. Let's see if it's random or not. Yeah, this guy dropped one, so it's going to be random. And then you're going to need blood packs, which you just make with a blood syringe, and you use it on yourself, and it will give you a blood pack like that. And then you need narcotics. So once you craft these up, what you're going to have to do with them is you're going to have to feed them to a tame and let the wild Cerato eat you like this. Let me get rid of all this garbage in here so you can see it. So this is my tame's inventory, and I'm going to feed it to him. I need to get out of creative mode because he's not going to do damage. Okay, you don't have to ride it, but it will be beneficial. And you'll see here, once he's done biting that little child, that he'll start getting drunk off of whatever cocktail I put into my stego here. So yeah, he's 1% drunk. You can, the level dictates how fast it'll get drunk, so this actually takes an extremely long amount of time. You will need 4 cocktails to get it completely drunk. And then once it's completely drunk, you will passively tame it using the extraordinary kibble, and I'm sure you can use like prime meats and stuff like that, but this takes so long that you absolutely want to use the extraordinary kibble, which is the blue one down here, the teal one. Cyan, something. So this guy's going to wail on you forever, so you're absolutely going to want some vegetable cakes if you don't have a highly mutated stego. I only have a prim saddle on this, but 10k health and a prim saddle and veggie cakes will completely outpace this thing's damage at level 150. And you just have to sit here forever. Can you refresh the hemoglobin? So, okay, you cannot refresh the timer on the hemoglobin. This guy hits you all around. His knockback is pretty strong. So if you put him in a box, like trap him in a box somehow, and just sit in there with a stego, I'm sure that'd be beneficial. Also, a Rhinianatha can pick up this guy, so you can just drop him in a box with a stego, so you don't have to be beat around the beach like I am. So he's now 100% drunk, and I'm going to feed him the extraordinary kibble by going up to him, putting it in my last slot, and pressing E on him, or whatever button it prompts you to press, and then you have to wait for him to eat again. He's just going to wander around, so this is another good reason to put him in a box and trap him. And he will not stay drunk the whole time, I'm pretty sure. I was speeding up my game earlier to try and do this, but I will sit here and feed him on the normal rate to see if I have to make him drunk again before he tames out. So I was passive taming him. I fed him 10 kibble, or I think 9 or 10 kibble, and he got to 52.5% of the taming percent, and he sobered up. So I have to repeat the whole hemoglobin process again. It took me 4 hemoglobins to get him drunk the first time, and each hemoglobin's like 3 minutes long, so this is a 10 to 12 minute process of him just wailing on you. And you need about 10 veggie cakes each time, and it's a major pain in the butt. I would not tame this guy on 1x rates. If you hit him during this time, he doesn't lose any taming effectiveness. I have the game slowed down because he's so annoying. He just wails on you, so I can't even think to talk. But I just hit him there, and he's still at 99.2% taming effectiveness. You can see there. So you don't got to worry about accidentally hitting him or something else hitting him. It's not a big deal. And it'll take you about 20 kibble to tame him, and have fun with it. So here's the spawn code for the Ceratosaurus. It's a little different than the usual spawn code for tames. This first number here, you change to a 1 if you want a tamed one. A 0 is a wild one. And then the number in the middle is the level that it will spawn at. And then I don't know what this last number is. So once you tame your Ceratosaurus and get a saddle on it, and you start sprinting around, you'll notice that you build up a running speed bar pretty fast. And at 80%, you just become the fastest land tame in the game. A Karch is probably about as fast, but its stam is significantly worse. This thing's stam is amazing for how fast it goes. It's crazy. And you can see I'm breaking rocks at this speed. The only thing that stops your running speed is just stopping your sprint. It'll completely deplete it to 0. And if you bump into trees, yeah, trees seem to stop it. Bump into a random wild tame, and it'll just stop the running speed bar. It looks like the game and the server can't agree on your running speed sometimes, and will start rubber banding you, and it gets pretty annoying. So you just have to like stop your speed and then restart it again. And also the turning radius on this guy isn't that bad in his non-sprint mode. It's just pretty normal for a carnivore for its size. But once you're at the full sprint, it's got to be like way wider of a turn. And turning usually isn't a good idea. Yeah, look at this giant turn. Yeah, this whole area wasn't enough for me to turn around. When you're not sprinting though, this carnivore can do a unique thing with its secondary attack. If you look behind you and press it, it'll always do that tail swipe like this and do a 180. And it's pretty sick. One weird bug about these guys, if you whistle one of your Ceratosaurus to an enemy one and it attacks, they'll do a little Dragon Ball Z moment. Just like the fish that was added with this dino, its attack speed is pretty dang fast. And using an auto clicker will save your finger from a lot of carpal tunnel. The base damage of it is pretty low at 25, and the base damage on its secondary swing is 40, but it has very long delays between when you can click it again. This is as fast as you can go with it. If you're PvPing with this dino, I don't know why you would, the straight forward bite does more damage than this like sideways bite, and you cannot control it so it never does the sideways bite for some reason. If you look forward, it does the forward bite more often. If you look sideways, it will literally just always do the sideways bite. The dino is very straightforward. It's just run around and hit stuff. You can attack while you're running, but it doesn't do any extra damage, either with the primary or secondary attack. It's all the same as if you were standing still. The only significant thing that this dino does compared to like a Carno or something, besides going fast, is its secondary attack. When you attack a creature, will make it glow red. And this is actually a proc for a heal. And I'll show you here. When I hit this RG with the secondary attack again. Let's see. After 5 seconds, it's going to heal me for 50 health. Just like that. And you can increase this heal by hitting the RG during this proc time. I'm pretty sure if you kill the RG during that time, it won't heal you. Let me see, actually. Yeah, it did not give me the heal. I didn't think it did. But if you hit a Rex or something that'll have more health, and you continue to hit it with your primary attack, it'll heal you for more. It healed me for 70. So the only thing that seems to increase the amount that you heal is just how much this tame is hit while the red mist is on it. If you have a bunch of other dinos join in with you on hitting it, it'll heal for more, but it never becomes very significant. Oh, of course that popped it out. But you can see there, I healed for 93 instead of the 73 that I was healing by myself, because all these other guys hit it. And you can proc that on a bunch of tames at one time. So if you were attacking 2 tames and you proc them both and then munched on them, they would both heal you for 50 plus how much you hit them. Each hit seems to increase it by like +2 heal. So it's just not good. It doesn't matter what your melee is. It doesn't matter what your health is. It doesn't matter. Like, even if I had a gigabyte this thing, it would just only heal me for 2 every time. It just never increases. It's very flat and linear. You can see them going off on it now on their own. And they will hit it a ton. Like, they're just demolishing this thing, so it'll heal for 170. Like, this is 8 of these guys, more or less, and they're getting only 143 heals. It is healing everyone in the pack. I mean, they're not damaged because they're fighting a Diplo. But it heals everyone in the pack, not just you. So all your teammates around you will get an extra heal. And you can't proc multiple heals on the same target. It has to be on different targets. And there's like a 5-10 second cooldown to when you can do the heal on a target that you already affected. So you can see here, it'll pop for them. And then like 5 or 10 seconds later, the red mist will start back up and they'll be able to do it again. Yeah. So the heal is probably best used in like a cave, like ice cave, because these guys are pretty big, so you can't fit them into other caves. But yeah, if you can proc it on a bunch of targets at once, then you'll get a bunch of heals, so that will be pretty good. But it's just not significant at all. It's actually really disappointing. If I sound a little unenthused about these guys, it's because they're just not anything unique. They are basically a worse Karcha in the long run. They're just a carnivore that does very little damage. It runs fast, but its heal ability is so insignificant that it's not worth a damn in PvP or land PvE. It's just, if you take it into a cave that it fits, I think it'll do pretty well, but otherwise besides that, it's just, you'll get a little bit of heals when you're fighting stuff here and there.
Looking for the love.
You've accomplished what few have. You've ascended.